big shout out to Tecmo HD. They just sent me a care package or a gift bag. I'm gonna open it up, see what's inside. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to them. Please go and subscribe to the channel and follow their content. They have the best heavy equipment content on YouTube. Shout out Brandon, super dope guy. We got 2 hats here.
Nice. Some nice hats too.
Yeah, pretty dope. Shirt here. It's a nice army green colorway.
That's nice, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yo, if you want these stickers too, this definitely helps out their channel. Buy some of these stickers. We got Tecmo. We got my trade, your degree. My trade greater than your degree. Trades greater than. So yeah, buy their sticker packs. And if you like beer.
Oh, nice. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Hey, thanks again, Brandon. It's got that squeal.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our laptop here, and we're going to be connecting to this YALE forklift. We have our JALTEST program, and we're going to show you guys how to connect to it. You can use this for mostly any forklift, but this is just specific to YALE forklift or Heister. All right, so we're in the JALTEST software. We're going to go to material handling. Again, you got very different. You got commercial vehicles, agricultural, off-highway equipment, and you got marine as well, but we're on just the material handling. Another thing, if material handling encompasses scissor lifts, forklifts, boom lifts, and telehandlers. And now we're working on a YALE, so we're going to scroll down till we get to YALE. Now we got to find it by, this is a GLP 060. So we go to GLP series, and then we got to go to GLP 60, so 40 to 55 VX. All right, so if you want to see a picture of what the engine control module looks like, you go like that, and it shows you. A lot of the times they're not correct. Like they're not all super specific to what you're working on, but they'll look very similar to. Now here's some. Depending on what brand or whatever you're working on, it's going to give you a lot of stuff. Here, it only gives us 2 things: system technical data and troubleshooting by symptoms. You can do a system scan, which is what we're going to do. But the first thing you always do when you're going to connect to a machine is you go to this button here, and it shows you how to connect. All right, so it's going to tell you connection. You can either connect to direct connector or the multi-pins. All right, this is our YALE and Heister connector, which is JDC 557A9. Okay, this plugs into here, right there, and then this part right here, this plugs into the battery. You always have to connect to the battery source, so for power. Kind of like on your OBD2 plugs in your cars, it already has a battery plug in there. So this connects here. This goes to the machine, and then everything else goes to the laptop. So the only other thing you'll need, if you want to use multi-pin, let's just say you don't have this connector and you still want to connect to it, you can use the multi-pin, and all you're doing is connecting the CAN high and CAN low bus. Yeah, this is the JALTEST. This is where your software's in. We'll go over here. All right, so this program will tell you how to connect. All right, so you first plug this, right, this to the computer. All right, so step 1 is the JDC 100, which is this one. Then we're going to connect the JDC 213.9, which is this one. Okay. This looks like an OBD2, so this plugs into here. All right, and then whatever connector you're gonna use for whatever machine you're working on, that connects to here, and it's gonna tell you in the thing. All right, so we connect this to the machine, And then this goes to the battery. Your positive and your ground. And then the last step is you have to turn the key switch on. So depending on what ECM you have, all right, so we're gonna be connecting to the VSM, which is a body computer. And then when you go to connect, it's gonna tell you where to connect, and it's gonna show you where it's located. If you wanna use multi-pins, you can just click multi-pin and it's gonna tell you how to connect. So you use pin A with JTP4 right here, pin B is C plus JTP4, which is that one. I'll explain that in another video, how to use a multi-pin. But yeah, so we're gonna connect to it. All right, so we're in. If it wouldn't have connected, it would have said something. Now here we can do a lot of things, fault code reading. And then this is gonna show us what fault codes it's had. If it's active, meaning that it just happened, or it's happening constantly, it's like it's coming up on the dash, it'll say right here, active fault. Inactive means that it's happened before and the memory is registered in the memory. This button, this thing here, like the eye, yellow eye, it's just another fault code status. All right, so we have nothing active right now, but this is stuff that's happened. All right, so for example, F24260, sensor supply 5 volt, bank B, valid data but below normal operation range. And this code here, all right, short-term fuel trim, that's a fuel related code, 5225590. This is the one that I was getting the other day. I came to do a preventative maintenance on this one, and it was getting me this code. So pressure regulator valve below normal operating range. So your EPR, which is your electronic pressure regulator, is right here. Yep. So this is what regulates the pressure coming from the regulator, which is over there right behind my computer. It's already been regulated. The pressure comes from the tank, very high pressure. This regulates the pressure, comes through here. Comes down through here, goes to here. This reads the pressure that is coming into the mixer. And this is also another pressure regulator. So if this is what's gonna sense, for example, if the pressure is too high or too low. So pressure regulator valve, but below normal operating range. Here's another one, pressure regulator valve, but above normal operating range. Now what can cause these codes? Either this pressure regulator is bad, which is not sensing it correctly, or your gas regulator is bad. So one of these two things are bad. Most often than not, this is going bad. Mm-hmm. Your gas regulator or your vaporizer, whatever you guys want to call it. And this is the cheaper part, so we're gonna start by replacing this. We may take this apart too and just look inside and see if maybe there's a bad O-ring or something that maybe it's not reading correctly, I don't know. But yeah, this is just a quick troubleshoot video of how to use JALTEST and how it can point you to a problem, and maybe it'll be an easier diagnostic for use. The only other way, right? Thankfully, these YALEs and Heisters, they show you what the code is, but they don't tell you what the code is. So you gotta go on Google, you gotta find what the code means, maybe troubleshooting steps, you know, and that just takes forever. Maybe you'll never find the right code, maybe it's misinformation, I don't know. So only other thing we can do is maybe go to system technical data. Let's see if we can find anything that has to do with this. Okay, so another thing that I'll explain here, can high and can low. If you don't know what this is, can high and can low, that is how computers communicate with each other. So whether it's the body computer or the ECU for the engine, whatever it is, there's always a can high and a can low. That's how they communicate with each other. If there's any issue with a can high or can low circuit, it's gonna cause a bunch of issues. Yeah. The main issues that come with ECUs are can high and can low issues. So let's say you want to know where that is. So you go to can high line, view diagram, and then there it is. So that red mark right there, the VSM is a central computer. That's what we're plugged into. And it's going to show you where the can high and can low. So can high is right here. Yep. There's your can high and there's your can low. All right, this right here, CX1, so you just follow that, and then that goes 2 different ways, up and down. So you don't know what something is, you just click on it. CP1 fuse relay box, it tells you where it is, what this is. This is a fuse and relay box, CP1, CF1. This tells you ignition relay, what CK10 is. So this is communicating to X8, which X8 is your central computer. This is the connector, diagnostic connector. From there, it goes here and it connects to the actual VSM, which is a central computer. And from there, from the can high and can low there, it goes from the computer to something else. As we go along, we're gonna try to make more videos on these with different machines as we go on. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. If you have any experience or you want to see something else or a specific machine, you let us know. Not all machines have a vast variety of things. Some don't even have like a diagram, electrical diagram. Some do. So it all depends on each machine. But yeah, this is just like a quick how-to video. Yeah, like I said, if you have any more questions, please leave them down in the comments. Thank you for watching and following along. Have a good weekend. If you are gonna drive a forklift, make sure you put your seatbelt on. Yeah, I'm out. Enjoy your weekend. Don't work too hard. There's more to life than work.